Right, UEFA has set up a working group to try and make World Cup and European qualifiers just that little bit more exciting for fans. We're joined by Chief Correspondent Kaveh Solhekol. He's got more on this. Kaveh, what do you feel is the current issue with the format?
I think qualifiers are a little bit boring. We've got to be honest. You know, football fans, we're all football fans, are getting frustrated by how many international breaks there are. And when we have these breaks, there's 3 international breaks in the first 3 months of this season, the games are not very exciting. They're not exciting for fans. They're also not a really attractive proposition for broadcasters either. And in developments first reported by The Times, UEFA have set up a working party to consider perhaps making changes to the format of qualifiers for the World Cup and also European Championships. Interestingly, the UEFA president, Alexander Ceferin, he's been appearing and speaking at a Portuguese football summit. And during a question and answer session there, he basically said that, yes, UEFA are looking at this and this is something they are thinking about changing.
And what are they looking at in terms of the formats they might use going forward?
Well, look, I think the major problem they've got at the moment is, for instance, England, World Cup qualifiers. This century, they've played 117 games. They've only lost 7. Practically every...
No jeopardy.
There's no jeopardy. The games are boring.
Thomas Tuchel talked about how flat the fans were.
The opponent,
friendly.
The opponents usually sit back and defend and try to limit damage. England try to break them down. I think England have lost only 3 World Cup qualifiers in 30 years. The last time they lost a World Cup qualifier was 16 years ago. In their present qualifying campaign, in their group, they've got a 100% record. Look at it there. Yeah. They've scored 13 goals. They haven't conceded a single goal. So I think fans of lots of clubs in the Premier League and Championship are thinking, why is our enjoyment of football being interrupted by something that has no jeopardy, that is boring?
Not like the old days when we grew up and we didn't make World Cups.
No, well, in those days there was real jeopardy, but in modern football there isn't much jeopardy at all. And I think UEFA are looking at this, and one option is to go and do what we've done in the Champions League, the Swiss model. So, for instance, if we use England as an example, instead of playing the same countries home and away, they would play just once against countries of different ability. So you could, for instance, get England playing Germany, England playing Italy, England getting France or Spain. So that is something that is being considered. OK,
and they're obviously considering the formats, but they're also considering the idea of international breaks. As you say, I think we're all desperate for the football to come back this weekend, aren't we?
Well, look, at the moment we've got 5 international breaks: September, October, November, March, June. Now, next season, 2026, 2 of those breaks are going to be merged in one. Interestingly, one person who always thinks very deeply about football matters, Arsene Wenger, he actually proposed having 1 international break, maybe just in March, 1 month, or October, of having qualifiers all in 1 month. Unfortunately, those proposals ended up in the dustbin of football history.
Do you think this would become realistic, though?
The few international breaks?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's something...
Obviously next 3 weeks.
From next season, we're going to have 1 fewer international break. But the problem is that international break is going to last 3 weeks. 3 weeks of no Premier League football, no Championship football either. I mean, in the one sense, it's good because we'll have 1 fewer international break, but in the other sense, it's bad if you don't like international football because one of the breaks is going to be longer.